Lake Ravenwood was the kind of place that seemed peaceful from a distance. Nestled in a secluded valley in the northern part of the state, it was framed by thick pine forests and misty hills. Most people in the nearby town of Hollow Creek avoided the lake after sunset, claiming it carried secrets no one should uncover. Lena Harper, a 32-year-old cryptologist and amateur historian, had moved to Hollow Creek seeking solace from her busy city life. Her goal was simple: study the old records of the town and the mysterious lake that had been mentioned in journals dating back over a century. But from the very first night she spent in her small lakeside cabin, Lena realized this was no ordinary place. The wind carried faint murmurs across the water, and shadows seemed to linger longer than they should. On her second day, Lena visited the town's local historian, Mr. Conrad Vale, an elderly man with a reputation for knowing more than he let on. His eyes were sharp and calculating, and he wasted no time in issuing a warning. "You don't belong here by accident," Conrad said, leaning close. "Ravenwood isn't just a lake. It's a memory keeper, a place that remembers. And it doesn't like strangers meddling in its past." "I'm just here to study old town records," Lena replied cautiously. Conrad shook his head. "Records will show you dates and names, yes, but they won't show you what waits beneath the water. Few have dared, fewer have returned." Lena, ever the skeptic, took notes but dismissed the old man's words as folklore. Yet, curiosity gnawed at her. That night, as the moonlight reflected off the lake, she noticed a faint glow beneath the surface, an unnatural, pulsating shimmer. Her heart raced, but so did her desire to understand. Over the next few days, Lena pored through old journals and maps stored in Hollow Creek's tiny library. She discovered references to a submerged settlement, dating back over 200 years, called Evershade, which had mysteriously vanished after a series of storms. The journals hinted that the townspeople had hidden their most sacred relics somewhere in the lake, protecting them from outsiders. Determined to uncover the truth, Lena prepared for a nighttime expedition. She equipped a small rowboat with lights, cameras, and waterproof containers. As she pushed off from the shore, the water seemed unnaturally still. The glow she had seen before pulsed gently below the surface, almost guiding her toward the center of the lake. Diving under, Lena discovered a narrow, partially submerged tunnel leading into an underwater cavern. The walls were etched with symbols, patterns, and markings unlike anything she had seen before. They seemed to respond to the light from her torch, faintly glowing as if alive. Inside the cavern, she found an altar-like structure, and on it rested a small, ornate chest. The chest was covered in moss but untouched by time's decay. Lena hesitated for only a moment before lifting it. Inside lay a leather-bound book, its pages filled with strange scripts and diagrams, some resembling modern mathematical formulas, others eerily symbolic. As she examined the book, a voice echoed through the cavern, soft and metallic, though it seemed to come from nowhere. "You are the first to return. In 100 years, it said. The knowledge is yours, but only if your intentions are pure. Otherwise, you will join Evershade." Lena froze. Her logical mind raced. Was this a hallucination, or something else? She realized the voice was somehow connected to the chest, or the lake itself. For the next several nights, Lena studied the book in secret, decoding some of the formulas and discovering that the Evershade civilization had mastered ways to manipulate natural energy and even heal severe injuries. But the book repeatedly warned that the knowledge could corrupt its holder if used for greed or personal gain. One evening, she noticed changes in the lake. The glowing shimmer was no longer gentle, it pulsed faster, almost impatiently. Shadows moved beneath the water's surface, forming shapes that were both human and not. Lena knew she had to act quickly. She could either take the knowledge back to the world, or let it remain hidden forever. Her decision came when she saw a local child, Tommy, near the lake. The boy had wandered too close to the water, and Lena instinctively ran to pull him back. In that moment, she understood the responsibility of the Evershade knowledge. It was not about fame or discovery, it was about protecting those who could not protect themselves. Returning the chest to the cavern, Lena whispered a vow to safeguard the secrets of Ravenwood. Immediately, the water calmed, and the glow receded, leaving the lake serene once again. It was as if the lake had tested her, and she had passed. Over the following months, Lena continued her research but focused on documenting history, folklore, and natural phenomena rather than seeking the supernatural secrets. Hollow Creek slowly accepted her presence, and the lake retained its quiet, mystical beauty. Years later, Lena wrote a book, not revealing the Evershade knowledge, but chronicling the stories of the town, the mysteries of the lake, and the importance of respecting history. It became a modest success, and she occasionally returned to Lake Ravenwood, always feeling the faint pulse beneath its surface, a reminder that some mysteries are meant to be protected, not exploited. And though the lake appeared peaceful, on certain foggy nights, townsfolk swear they can hear whispers on the wind, a soft voice warning, guiding, or perhaps simply remembering, the legacy of those who had vanished beneath the waters of Lake Ravenwood.